Jason Crown from Crown Credit Pro. He's going to be answering some questions that I know a lot of you have about the credit restoration process, and what better way to hear directly from the source. Welcome to the channel.
Thank you for having me, Antoine. It's a pleasure. Looking forward to dispel a lot of myths and answer a lot of questions and show you our value.
I've worked with, half a dozen or so credit repair, credit restoration types of companies. I mean, it seems like there's a lot of people who are in the space. What makes Crown Credit Pro different?
We sell integrity, not credit repair. And what that looks like is when the customer calls in, we take the time to go through their file and dispel the myth of score. Credit is all about risk. And what we do is introduce the score factors, which are the determining factors that the underwriters use to determine your credit eligibility. We go over payment history, credit usage. We go over your derogatories, your inquiries, your account age, and the number of accounts you do. Those 6 factors directly impact the decision of whether you get approved or not. It has nothing to do with score. I want to say that again. Score is a myth. I know they advertise it, but it's all about the factors and how you meet those criteria. So we go through a Credit Karma because it's a really good elementary understanding of how credit is. We show you the value as it relates to your report and your particular situation. And we have a brief discussion on how we can get you to that place, whether it be a secured, unsecured loan, an auto loan, a mortgage, what have you. So that's the value. Not to mention, we have a money back guarantee. You can simply go on our Facebook. You see real-time reviews. You see real-time videos of people and their experiences. I mean, it goes on and on and on. We do this. We change lives every day because we understand this, and we're we're the best in the business, the period, hands down. Our prices are high, but because of the fact of the value that we give you, you're going to get a live person. You're not going to get, most of these guys are hiding behind text messages and voicemails and emails. They're not showing their face. They're not answering their calls, And with my customers, I pick up my phone, I answer my calls, I return my texts, and I try to exemplify that in our organization. We have a huge team that works on the entire process for you. We have a processing team, we have a bureau calls team, we have a client relations team, so we have for your file. And once you do business with us, we make sure that we take care of you thoroughly from beginning to end.
One alternative is using a dispute template.
But what happens is once you start to scale and you start doing it over and over again with multiple customers, then they don't work. The credit bureaus, their objective is to make sure that the person doing the dispute is the person doing the dispute. So what happens is when you introduce templates and things of that nature, they start to deem the dispute frivolous. Frivolous meaning it's not from you, because these template letters are being sent by so many people, and it doesn't show anonymity. It doesn't show the uniqueness of the dispute. So that's why the bureaus may deem the file frivolous. We have personal relationships with the credit bureaus. We deal with the actual department that handles us on a one-on-one basis. And that's why we have much more success in getting items off. The other type of credit repair business is a Lexington law firm type of business, which is a subscription-based model. This type of model is a throw it to the wall, hope it can stick strategy. What I mean by that is it's more of like a convenience-based credit repair where you pay a nominal fee on a monthly basis. You check a matrix box, not mine, never late, so on and so forth. And then you pray and hope that the item comes off. That's it. That's what they do on a subscription base. So that's to kind of give you the value to say, well, why are you $2,000 and I can pay, $70, $8,900 a month with Lexington Law Firm? You may pay that indefinitely because that's their business model. It's a subscription-based business model. Their goal is to get you to pay this money as long as possible. And they may have very little results. They're the template-based credit repair, and then you're also throwing it to the wall hoping it sticks because you're just sending templates out. you know.
When there's a lot of the same templates, essentially just changing their name, changing certain details, but the same structure, the same font, the same format, and almost word for word, is basically the same.
What we do is, yeah, like we said, we do a customized based credit repair. We get on the phone with the actual credit bureau on your behalf, and we state your case. And so we're so good and we're so guaranteed about what we do with the results that if you don't get the results, you're 90 business days or less, you get your money back, guaranteed.
Are there situations, outside of your control where that time frame might, be a little longer?
Honestly, when I first started doing this, it was a 10-day turnaround. I can even do a 45-day turnaround. It's just because of our caseload, we have to be fair and say 90 business days. But to be honest with you, you'll start seeing results a lot sooner, as little as 30 days, or maybe less than that. It is 90 business days, not including weekends or holidays. And to answer your question, there are situations where sometimes it does take longer with bankruptcies and student loans. Those are the two things that are exceptions to that 90-day. Now, I've seen them come off in a short period of time, but sometimes with public record items, it takes a little longer because it goes through the court system. So, that's out of our control. But nonetheless, it's a win-win situation for the customer, because you can keep in mind, A, we have a customer service department. B, if for some reason we don't get the results, you get your money back, so you don't lose. As I said in the beginning, I would always focus on the 6 factors. The 6 factors are your credit history. So those are things that we take care of. Those are the late payments. So we go through any late payments, we remove those. The second thing would be derogatories. That would include your bankruptcies, your charge-offs, any public record items, collections. Those are things that we take care of. The next thing would be credit usage. Those are things we don't take care of. However, we would explain to you how to get to where you need to be. On credit usage, you need no less than a 30% threshold with credit usage, 30% or less. So anything more than that will be an issue. So we'll have that conversation with you and explain to you how that needs to be where it needs to be as far as the 30% is concerned. The next thing we would take care of is the amount of accounts that you have. It typically needs to be no less than 10 accounts or more. They want to make sure that you have experience dealing with multiple accounts. So for that, we would, Antoine does a great job of explaining different primary accounts. And then at the end, we typically may suggest adding an authorized user to help your number of accounts. And then we would move over to the next factor, which would be credit age. Okay, so you need a minimum, I believe, of 10 years of credit age. I think 7 to 10 years or something like that. So that can be solved with authorized users, right? So if you have a good amount of primary accounts, you get 1 or 2 authorized users. I typically suggest no less than $10,000 limits with 10 years of history minimum. You can Google authorized user companies and they'll offer that. But I will always suggest that the authorized users are put on at the end of the credit repair, or close to the end, because you only get a certain amount of mileage out of them. But the primaries, there's a whole list of them out there. I know Antoine has them on the Credit Plug, and he lists a lot of primary accounts that are great for people with starter credit or no credit or little credit. And then the next thing we would take care of is the inquiries. Typically, inquiries are no more than 3 inquiries should you have on your file. You can have a perfect credit score and you start getting 4 inquiries, you'll get decline. You can have a great credit score and you got 30% debt to credit ratio or more. That's high risk, you'll get decline. So those are the 6 things that I focus on besides score. Score is like the tail on the dog. It will always follow, right?
Let's talk about real quick inquiries and derogatory accounts. Like, what do you think takes precedence in terms of like what needs to be taken care of first?
I would go with the accounts first. I would go with the late payments. I would go with the derogatory items, the debt to credit ratio. I would look at the number of accounts. So inquiries would probably be the last thing I'd be looking after.
Again, Jason, it was a pleasure. Definitely appreciate you coming on to the channel and just dropping some information and clarifying, hopefully, some of the misconceptions about the whole credit dispute process. So definitely keep up the great work over there at Crown Credit Pro. Any parting words before we wrap this up?
Guys, just make sure that you understand the credit factors. I would keep abreast of them on Credit Karma. It kind of explains to you everything that you need. And just let you know, guys, we're here to help you. Even if you're not able to do business with us now, we definitely could take the time and give you some understanding in regards to the credit factors and things of that nature.
Okay, so I'd like to send a shout out to Crown Credit Pro for giving me brand new credit. It feels good. Like, I feel super pretty. No, seriously. Having good credit makes you really feel good about yourself. It makes you feel like you can kind of take over the world. Do you know what I mean? Everything that you want to accomplish, you feel like you can accomplish it with good credit. I had horrible credit before, and it was quite embarrassing, to be honest with you. I didn't even want to try to get anything, but when I did try, I always kept my fingers crossed. But now I just walk in like a boss and say, hey, this is what I want. Anyways, you can have that feeling too. Get your credit fixed. Get it done like right now. Thank you, Crown Credit Pro.
Just wanted to give a shout out to Crown Credit Pros. These guys are beyond professional. Not only do they stick and adhere to what they say as far as timing, and as long as you do what you're told to do and what they need from you, their promises are 100% on point, and they follow through with everything. I was dealing with 2 other credit repair companies almost 2 years with 0 results. And once I went to Crown Credit, things very quickly were fixed, just as he said. So his word is his word, just as good as gold. I've referred many people to, and I will continue to. I've referred family members to them, and I will continue to do that. So if you guys have any questions or any concerns, or you have credit issues you want fixed, these are the guys to go to, 100%.
How you doing, everybody? Today I just wanted to make a quick video on my experience working with Credit Crown Pro. I was referred to them through a friend of mine's. I said, you know what, let me try it. I called over there. The staff over there is very friendly. Basically, I explained to them what I wanted to do. I was looking to buy a new car. Within the first 30 days, one of my credit scores jumped from about a 620 to about 745. As of right now, I'm in a new car. Things are great. I can't complain. The service is very real. When they say 45 days, it's 45 days. With Credit Crown Pro, the money you pay for, you're going to get results. Jason's a man of his word, and he stands by that. I highly recommend anybody that's in the process of trying to buy a house, get a new car, give them a call. Definitely change your life. Once again, thanks, Jason. Thanks for everything you've done for me and my family. I've already referred 4 friends over to Jason, and they're getting results already. So this guy's the man. This company's the man. Keep up the good work, guys.